Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Here in Minnesota, it's the end of March, it's the beginning of April. It's not quite time for us to be able to ride our bikes on single track. Unless you're heading across the border into Wisconsin. I know there's a couple places open over there. But the trails here just aren't there yet for us to go ride. So this is a great time to take a look at your bike and do a little checkup to see, is it trail ready? So let's go through my checklist. So this is new rubber on my bike. These are brand new tires, so they're good. But it's never a bad idea to take a look at your tires, take a look at your tread, see how the knobs look, if they're any torn or if there's any scraped up. You know, this is beginning of the season is a great time to go out and buy some new tires and put those on the bike and just retire what you had before, just so you have the best traction for those early season conditions. The other thing that I like to check with the tires is not only the tread, but also if there's sealant in here, if you're tubeless, like I am. I've got tubeless, so I want to check. Listen for that tubeless sealant to swish around. If you can't hear anything, probably means there's no sealant in there, and you're gonna get a flat, and you're gonna wreck a ride. So go in there, go to the store, buy some tubeless sealant, put about 4 ounces in each tire, and you should be good to go. Next thing we're going to take a look at is my chain, and I have a pretty new chain, so I should be fine, but there's 2 sides to this thing. We're going to check them both just for the heck of it, and I'm going to check it in a couple different spots, so that looks good. Now last year during the pandemic it was really hard to find chains, so it's always a good idea just to check your chain. And you want to check it in 3 different spots. And there's 2 sides to this thing. One is 0.5 and one is 0.75. Obviously the 0.5 is going to be, that's kind of like when you should change your chain, and the 0.75 is when you should change your cassette. So we don't want to have to deal with replacing a cassette and then when you can actually just change a chain. So I recommend checking your chain. You never know what's the last time you looked at it. You can easily go to a shop and spend 50 to 70 bucks for a chain, or you could go to a shop and spend $200, $300 for a new drivetrain. Your choice. Since we've got the bike in the stand, why don't we check how your shifting's working? Make sure everything's moving up and down the way you want it to. We're really just listening for any clicking noises, any weird, any jumping up and down that we're not normally want to see and feel on the trail. But right now the bike is in pretty good shape because I just indexed this. Next thing I want to check is the air pressure in my shock and my fork. Now I happen to keep track of what my pressures should be. So when I attach this shock pump to my shock, I can look at the numbers and see, okay, so I'm about 30 psi less than I like to be with this shock. So I'm going to put some air in there right now. That's a little bit better. All right, I'm going to do the same for the shock, and I don't know if you can see it, this is about 60 psi. I'm about 15 psi light on the fork, so I'm going to pump that up too. So now that I've made my checks that I'm going to do inside, I'm now ready to take the bike out for a lap around the neighborhood, maybe hit some little drops, maybe just check the brakes, just to say, okay, is there any clicking noises? Is the bike making any funny noises in general? If there's any knocking, anything that I'm not gonna be happy with once I start riding the single track trails. Because right now is a perfect time to fix your bike, take it to the shop. You've got that window right now of probably about 3 to 4 weeks before we're really gonna be able to get right into the good part of the riding season. So bring it in, have someone look at it, order what you need to get online if you can do it yourself. But better to do it now than 3 weeks from now when you're first going out with your riding buddies and you figure out that, oh, your shock's all screwed up, there's not any, your tire pressures are bad, your brakes, your shifting is incorrect, Just do it now. You'll be thanking me later, and you'll be enjoying yourself on the trail. So thanks for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you're not a subscriber. I appreciate all the comments. But go out and take a look at your bike, fix it up, so when the Seal Tracks is open, you can go ride your bike. Talk to you later. Bye.